Hello, and thank you for joining us today. We're going to go through a demo of how you can use Remine to take your previous addresses that you've worked with, your customers, your prospect list, transactions you've closed, maybe you didn't close, how you can take those addresses, upload them into Remine, and Remine will append all of that rich data to them. So today, I've logged into Remine and I've gone here and landed on the map. What you're going to do is you're going to navigate over here to the carts menu on the left-hand side. And you'll notice here as a refresher, these carts are carts you've created to either store properties or to share with your customers. What we're going to do is there's this upload button here where we're going to click on this, and now the system is going to say, please upload that CSV file, and now Remine can then match those properties and help you track those properties and again give you that rich information. And we're going to talk about everything that Remine does here after we upload this file. Now, if you need some help, there is a template here that you can download where you can fill these addresses in. But most CRMs, whether it be you're uploading or downloading from a specific CRM or other softwares, you can get that address information that you need. And that's all we need is just this address here. So what we're going to do is we're going to click Browse. We're going to grab our file here. And now the computer is going to ask, okay, are these street address to street address? It's going to ask you to say, okay, match up these data headers. It's very simple and easy to do. Now, once we hit next, the computer is going to say, do you want to add this to a current cart that you're working on today? Or do you want to create a new one? So what we're going to do is we're going to create new. And what we're going to do is go ahead and type that cart name in and then click create new. Now we're going to hit next. Okay. So now what we've done is we've created that cart. Now I only had one property in my file because I just want to show how this process works. You could have 1,000, you could have 10, you could have 100, right? But the process starts with following these steps here today. Now what's going to happen is it will take you now to that cart, and we're going to see here that that property address is now located right here. So already I can see that I have equity, estimated value, I have all that information there ready for me, ready to go. And you'll notice that Remine is letting me know that this property was also in these other carts. That's a very unique feature of our system, so that when you have property addresses that maybe you showed to a family 8 months ago, maybe you're researching on with an investor 10 months ago, the computer is going to say, oh, by the way, did you know that this property is in these other carts? And you can go take a look at them too as a refresher. Now, right here, obviously, I have just a little pieces of information. If I want more information, what I'm going to do is literally click here next to this property bar, and then I can click export. So what I'm doing now is taking out this information, and if you look at all of this information that can now be appended to it, property address, obviously we have, property characteristics, tax ID, a description, all of this information, mortgage information, building characteristics, was there a mortgage, current information on it, and also the contact information as well, right? And so now this information will be exported out, and now I can literally access this here so that we can now see all that additional data here in a very simple and easy to understand format. One thing I also wanted to point out as well, if you want to add a note, right? A note that's private to you about this property. Maybe this was something that you walked past. It was a referral. It was a prior transaction. You can make that note here, right? Literally, click add, and now that's a private note that's only visible to you that you have there to be able to see. Now, what if, okay, maybe you don't have that many properties, right? Maybe you don't have, a CRM or a system, but you want to look up something because you know a property address, and now you want to add it to a cart so you can help append that data, right, and export it. But also, more importantly, now Remine will monitor this property for you. So if there's changes in the ownership, if there's changes in the mortgage, or if there is a change and that property goes active for sale in the MLS, you'll get notified here as long as you have that property here in your list. So let's say, okay, you don't have a big CRM list. You just want to go and you want to look up a property address. So it's real simple. Type in start typing in a property address, and what you'll see is Remine will work to automatically complete that property address, right? And then now you can either view this property here on the map, or you could also go straight to the property details. So let's go ahead and let's take a look at this property here on the map. So here it is, and now I can click on this property here, and I can view its details, and all right, this is the one I want to add to my cart. So now I'm going to select Save to Cart, and I'll place it here. So again, what we've demonstrated today is a couple quick ways of simple things that you can do inside the Remine platform of uploading prior transactions, or if you know of properties that you want to monitor and keep track of and keep that information or download that information. We showed you how to add those properties to a cart and then export it so you can see that here and anywhere you want to get that contact information. It's very simple, very easy to do. Thank you.